I had a call that my son was on his way over for a visit. I hadn't seen him in weeks, so naturally, I was pretty excited. And I wanted to cook him something that I know that he enjoys. He likes rice and peas, Jamaican rice and peas, and he likes chicken. Well, rice and peas, microdax style, is very easy to make, so that's a no-brainer. That was on and ready. So I decided to make chicken with some Parmesan cheese and breadcrumbs, and I hope he liked it. I bought the least expensive chicken I could find, not because I'm cheap, but because I don't mind some sweat equity. This was it. $2.86 for this chicken. It had bones in it, and it had the fat in it, so I had to remove both, which was not a real big problem. The bones I cooked and made a broth. The fat I discarded, and the skin I discarded. I really don't like to cook chicken with the skin on it. And as for the bones, well, like I said, I used that to make a broth which was just fine. So this is what was left. This is what I cut up in bite-sized pieces and prepared for my son's visit. Last night my other son visited, and we just sat around, watched Star Trek movies, and drank ginger ale. As for the easy chicken recipe, just a little bit of flour, garlic salt, Italian-style breadcrumbs, and some cheese. That was it. What I did was, I put the stuff, breadcrumbs, etc., into a bag, this bag. Then I shaked the bag really hard. I wanted all the morsels, every bit of the different ingredients to mix well, because I wanted the same taste to be uniform. And then I dropped the cut-up chicken into the bag, like that, and I shake again. I shaked it really well, because I wanted the chicken to be well coated with all the different nice tastes. Here, if you're going to copy this recipe, or if you're going to make this recipe, be creative. Then on medium heat, I melted some butter, because I like to cook on a medium heat when I'm cooking chicken, especially bite-sized chicken. And that's exactly what I did. Melted the butter, the bite-sized chicken went in, and I stirred it frequently, as you can tell. If you're a parent, don't you find it interesting that your children, even though they grew up in the same household, all end up having different personalities, different likes and dislikes? Interesting, isn't it? Back to cooking. So once they're browned on one side, all I need to do is to flip them over and brown them on the other side, because at this point in the cooking, I simply want to brown the chicken in the butter. Remember the bones that have been simmering on the back burner? Now you know why. Because now I'm going to add half a cup, maybe a cup of my broth to the chicken. I had a choice. I could either add white wine or my chicken broth. I decided on the broth this time. The recipe for the chicken broth is very simple. The chicken bones, a bouillon cube, and coloring from annatto seed. That was it. Just let it simmer for a while. The lid goes on and it cooks, or simmer rather, for about 15 minutes. While it was simmering, I prepared my onion, scallion, and thyme. No Scotch bonnet pepper this time, because it's for a guest. When I'm preparing one of my recipes for a guest, I don't like to add salt or to add excessive amount of pepper. Then the onion, scallion, and thyme goes on top of the chicken, and it simmers for another 5-10 minutes or so, and then it is done. Really. While cooking, about every 5, 6, 7 minutes or so, I would stir the pot, because I don't want anything sticking to the bottom, you know what I mean? And then, of course, my son enjoyed his chicken with some rice and peas. Rice and beans, actually. I have done this recipe before, as a matter of fact, many times. But I have found a very easy way to prepare rice and peas, Jamaican rice and peas microdax style, and I'll share it with you someday. In the meantime, bon appetit. Please don't forget to share your suggestions and your comments. Thank you very much.